The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the wonderful world of wellness with Dr. Andy Mencia. This medical program heard from 7 to 7:30 each Saturday right here on WSBR 740 AM is brought to you by the Adult and Geriatric Center under the medical direction of geriatrician Dr. Andy Mencia.
Well, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr.
It was so funny
Mencia.
because driving from Broward, in Broward it's sunny and dry, and I'm going like, oh, what a beautiful morning. Then once you hit Boca, raining, cloudy.
Gotta tell you something.
That tropical, yeah.
Gotta tell you something.
That means we're gonna stay here for a long time.
But wait, I just talked to someone in New York. They said it was in the 50s because something from the hurricane
a lot of rain there,
brought the cold weather down or something.
Yes,
so that was
we changed. So maybe we get a snow now here.
Well, but this change in weather, the way it goes, is that hard on people's allergies?
It is hard. It is hard because especially those that have what we call seasonal allergy, they are allergic to pollens and certain things. They can forecast more or less when certain allergens are going to be the level that can produce symptoms on those individuals. Thank God we have at the center an allergy department. So we do the testing, and then we do the shots so that the person can tolerate better and the body can recognize the allergy more as a friendly foreign allergen and not as an unfriendly one, producing a lot of symptoms, especially, runny nose and stuffy noses.
What you don't know, though, is we lived in New Jersey. I was just a very little girl, and my mother had hay fever so bad, we moved to Florida. That's why we moved. So talk about that. I mean,
yeah, a lot of people there. I mean, probably at that time there were not a lot of things that we could do for allergy except to take Benadryl. And, Benadryl, one of the side effects makes you drowsy. So you'll be a zombie the rest of your life. So people will move. But nowadays, with the injections, people can live better with allergy. So with the change of weather, absolutely, we have to be ready for those of you that know that you have allergy. And there are people that they don't know. They think they are getting sick. I had a flight attendant that came to see me as a new patient, and being a flight attendant, he said, I'm always flying, and because I get congested, so they keep putting me on antibiotic. I'm tired of taking so much antibiotic, and there is no way you're going to be getting sick like 6 times a year, 7 times a year, same infection. Doesn't make sense. So I said, let's do the allergy test, and lo and behold, we were able to detect what is allergic to, and we started treatment already. And she already noticed, and I saw her yesterday, 4th of July, she came by. She came to get her shot. I say, no, I'm just open because I have the painters here.
Well, what do people get allergies from? I mean, you said, for instance, we all know it's dust or cats and dogs,
right. I mean, some people can be allergic to the grass, to certain grass, Bermuda grass, or each grass is different species. So some people can just by touching the grass, their face can swell up really bad. And that means that the allergy on that person is very severe, because the body is reacting as a foreign toxin coming in through the skin. So imagine if you ingest something. And it's interesting because sometimes people get diagnosed with a quote-unquote irritable bowel syndrome chronic diarrhea, and you can have allergens that come through the food. People that are gluten, they are not completely gluten allergy, not complete, but nowadays we see gluten allergy as a spectrum. So there are some people that can have allergy to gluten, and if they avoid gluten, they lose weight, they feel better. So it's very interesting how the science of allergy have advanced in today's day.
Yeah, that's very good. And I hear people who can't have seafood because they have an allergy, and some of them have never had, and all of a sudden from nowhere it starts.
I have an allergy to sadness.
You have an allergy. I know you do.
I can't be sad.
No, I know.
Yeah, I have to be smiling. Sometimes you see me by myself. Thank God I don't have camera. People watching through camera. Can you imagine Facebook or one of those things, they have camera in your house? They will see me in the mirror smiling at myself.
Absolutely. You have to smile.
Yeah, I tell joke to myself when I'm in there. When I feel...
That's very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell a joke to myself.
Yeah, you feel lonely.
In the upcoming issue, the July issue of Boomer Times, I use one of your quotes. You'll see it in it. And it's the eyes, let's see, you said... And I'm trying to remember what it says. The eyes don't have wrinkles.
Don't have wrinkles.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing because so many people are so obsessed with this and
the skin and the hair and this and that.
Right. And the turkey neck.
Exactly. A little turkey neck. But when you look at somebody in their eyes and you say, I love you, I care for you, I'm here for you. Yes. And you can look in their eyes, the honesty,
Well, an older person, whether it's a man or woman, if you really take the time to look in their eyes, 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds.
Don't hypnotize me. I'm watching you.
I know. I'm always hypnotized by you. But an older person, so many people don't look in their eyes anymore. They don't have this communication.
Right.
And I know you do. You do with your patients. And
Absolutely.
It's extremely important because... we find that as one ages, and if they're in a wheelchair, and I've talked about this before, we never talk to the pusher. We talk to the pusher, not to the person in there.
Right.
And, it's like the doctor, you, as the physician, should be, and I'm sure you do, talk to the patient. But a lot of time, I say, that's not the patient, or they'll talk to me, and if they're talking about Bill, I say, talk to Bill, or Bill will say, I'm the patient, talk to me. I mean, because he's smart enough to say that.
Yes.
But people should realize just because someone is older doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be looked at.
Absolutely. And I have so many patients that have basically switched physician and they come to me. And a lot of time when the patient come in, I either stand by the wall and face the patient, or I sit down and listen to the patient. And my staff, they are writing on the chart. And I say, well, why did you leave the other doctor? It was a great doctor. I know the doctor. And they will go, because he talks to a computer. He doesn't even talk to me. And he examined you. Of course, he examined me and everything. But when the doctor is talking to the patient, they don't see the doctor making contact with the patient. And I hug them and kiss them and sit down and talk to them. And I guess makes the visit more human type than, computers are great, but we cannot lose our human touch.
Well, and from your history and your background, growing up in Hawaii and from the all the things I think that you understand that that's part of the getting better. I think that's part of the medicine.
Absolutely. It's amazing to see people that come in. Sometimes they get brought in by the daughter or the son and say, well, my mom was saying at home that she was feeling this and feeling that. And I said, how you doing? They said, no, now you give me my hug and my kiss. I feel great. And the siblings, the kids, they get all upset. Ma, you're supposed to be sick. I said, no, they're not supposed to be sick. It's okay for people just to come in and feel great. And, the power of the human touch, of somebody just holding you by the hand. I have one of my patients, she came in, and she's getting weight. And I see her, and she wobbly a little bit. I'm walking with her cane. I just put my arm out. I say, come on, I'll be your cane. Let me be your chaperone. Let me take you to the room.
Yeah, that's the special part about
she
you.
hugged so tight to my arm, and she said, oh, Dr. Mencia, you don't know what this means to me, you know.
But you do. That's why you do this.
I say, take me home. I'll be your cane.
Take me home, I'll be your cane. That sounds like a song. Take me home, I'll be your cane.
Write it down. Number one hit.
I got to write that down.
Andy and Anita.
Right, Andy and Anita. That's right, doing their little shtick here. I wanted to continue, if I don't mind.
I want to say hi to Renata from Germany. Guten Morgen. No, Guten Tag now, because 7 o'clock is past
Yeah, sure.
noon.
It's now. It's only about 6 hours, I think, isn't it?
Right, so it's about noon. So Guten Tag then.
Okay.
Guten Tag to Renata. She's a faithful listener, and she texts me.
I'd like to go back to the allergies, because isn't asthma and isn't some of the chronic lung diseases, it really could be allergies, because doesn't it
a lot of the absolutely, because remember the out of the internal organ, there are two that communicate very much with the external world, and that's your skin, right? That is the largest organ in your body, by the way, the skin, and the lungs, because when you inhale, it comes into direct contact with your lungs, whatever you are inhaling. So when you inhale anything that your body will not accept as a friendly outsider, it's going to react, and they usually react by bringing all kinds of cells that will produce chemical reaction, and those chemical reactions will produce swelling, just like when you get a rash and you see how the skin tends to swell up. So in the lung, in those pipe where the air is being exchanged, they swell up also. And that swelling, that's why you hear people, they are wheezing when they get an asthma attack. They get exposed to, and sometimes it could be even a perfume. I have one of my employees that she gets a little hickey on both sides of the neck. A little hickey.
Okay, now we're getting into sex again.
I knew we had to fall into sex.
To do this.
She gets this little hickey on both sides of the neck. And so I look at the hickey, and she's a married woman, of course. And I look at the hickey, I say, you and Kai, I think, She goes, no, Dr. Mencia, no, it's not a hickey. And I say, well, so we start analyzing.
Was it like little red?
Little red. Yeah. So it was her perfume. And you know how a woman take perfume and tap it on both sides of the neck? It was the perfume. So something in that perfume she's allergic to, and the body is responding by swelling, producing a little bit of redness and swelling in the area.
Well, the thing I've noticed when I've had a problem is my eyes start to itch. And I start rubbing my eyes, and then it gets worse.
Tears.
Right, that's right. And then there are people who have headaches.
People will get headache from allergies. So it's, allergies, the manifestation, and there's still a lot to be learned about how the body, the different organs react when exposed to certain allergy. I mean, allergy can kill you.
Can kill you?
Absolutely. Just like sadness can kill you. Allergy can kill you. Let's see. If a person is allergic to a medication like penicillin, severe allergy to penicillin.
Well, that's why people always ask, are you allergic to any
medication?
Any
drug or any medication. Because if you have severe allergy, then you get a systemic, meaning all the organs. Once you put it in the blood, all the organs are going to respond with the same amount of chemical reaction we spoke about. All of those cells are going to be traveling all over the body and respond. And the person, many times, if they cannot breathe, they get what we call a tracheostomy, which is a little hole in front of the neck, so that they can put a tube in there so they can get their life saved. And sometimes if they don't make it to a hospital, they will die. So it's important for a person to have, if you have any concern about allergy, just come to the center, get your allergy test done. And the beauty of that is that you can pinpoint what is it that you are allergic to. And once you have pinpoint that, then you can avoid it. And that's the best fight against some of this, besides getting the shots and what have you. Some people, if you buy certain pillows, will make you
Goose
your
down. I
allergy.
can't use goose down pillows. I have to have synthetic because it's the feathers that I'm
feather.
allergic to. So that's a good point.
Exactly.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, so certain pillow, there are people that certain detergents can provoke an allergy. So if you wash your undergarment with a given detergent, it can produce a reaction in your body when you put them back on your skin.
Are you allergic to anything other than sadness?
Other than sadness, no, I think that's my major allergy.
That's your major
sadness,
allergy.
yeah.
But foods. People are allergic to foods.
Oh, I have no allergy to food. I can eat anything. I travel all over the world.
You're not allergic to any food. You can have coffee, tea, anything is fine.
Mushroom, with mushroom, without mushroom,
Right.
espresso, with sugar, without sugar,
That's good.
with cream, without cream.
But what happens? Why is seafood?
Donuts, I can eat donuts.
The thing that I noticed from my friends lately is the
steak.
seafood.
Seafood allergy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no steak allergy, but seafood
Well,
has
it's
an allergy.
interesting
What is it
because-
in seafood?
Well, a lot of there's a correlation. People that are allergic to iodine. People that are allergic to certain, right? They can be allergic to seafood, also. So, but it's just an allergy. It's the body will see the proteins in the seafood as a foreign body, and will react to it.
So if someone comes and they have an allergy test, you would see all these things before
Absolutely.
they have to
Before
then go
they even-
into some
right.
serious
Exactly.
problems.
And then what we do is we do the
Do
test in
shots
their
or
back.
something?
Then we can do shot to follow up. But we do the test in the back. And it's similar when we are testing a bacteria to see what antibiotic the bacteria is going to respond to in the microbiology lab. So what we do is we take a bacteria in a petri dish, and we make the bacteria. You have to have the blood and everything and the sugar so it can grow. But then we put little petal of antibiotic, and if a bacteria is able to grow over that antibiotic, that means the bacteria has no respect for the antibiotic. So there's no sensitivity. So if you give that antibiotic to a patient to fight that bacteria, it's not going to do anything. Well, if you see a big area around the petal of antibiotic, that means the antibiotic is so strong that the bacteria is not able to grow, not even close to that antibiotic. It's a perfect antibiotic against that bacteria. So when we do the allergy test, it's very similar because we put the allergen in the back at different concentrations, and we see if there is a big response from the skin. That means the person is severely allergic to that, and those are the shots we want to start with. And we can customize the shots. You can be allergic to shrimp and dust and what have you severely. Some people are allergic to cockroaches. I love cockroaches. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. I must be allergic to cockroaches. I mean, just because I can't stand to look at them.
That's not an allergy.
Cockroaches.
That's
I haven't
a phobia.
seen a cockroach. Yeah, I have phobias. I haven't seen a cockroach in so long.
Have you ever had cockroaches?
Oh, years ago.
Roasted? Yeah, good.
No, roasted. Oh, no. I never forget, living in South Florida, cockroaches, flying roaches, they go from tree to tree. Sometimes you see them at night flying.
Yes.
You know about
the
that?
water. Yeah, that's what about it.
Whoa. No, that's what Florida does.
So then once we know the 3 or 4 allergen that you respond severely to, we can customize a shot.
What's in the shot? I mean,
that's a good question.
Doing?
That's a great question. So what we do is we take, let's say you're allergic to And we do this in the hospital sometimes when it's an emergency. So let's say a person is allergic to penicillin, but you have an infection in the heart that require that you take penicillin in order for us to save your life. So what we do is we take the penicillin and we dilute it 1,000 times, 10,000 times. And then we give you a little bit of very diluted allergens, in this case penicillin, very diluted. And then we keep diluting it less and less and less and helping the body sort of adjust to the allergy, trying to make you friendly. It's like when a husband and wife are fighting at home. It's sort of like, okay, put them apart and then slowly let them look at each other, slowly let them talk to each other until they are hugging each other and back together.
And so that's interesting.
So we do the same thing with the shots. Basically, we start very diluted, very watery, always with a little bit of the allergen, and then we start increasing the concentration so that your body eventually get to become more friendly with whatever is producing allergic rhinitis, the watery eye, the rash, or what have you.
Well, Dr. Mencia usually always tells us things, allergies, big subject, especially now with all the rain. I'm sure things are going to be popping up here. Dr. Andy Mencia his show. It's the Wonderful World of Wellness, and if you'd like to make an appointment, actually he's dressed in a gorgeous suit and tie, and he's on his way down to open the medical center there. The phone number is 954-489-1345, 954-489-1345, and he's located at 1608 East Commercial Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. And Medicare, most insurances are accepted. If you really do need home visits, they can arrange for that also. But I wanted to say that
and the vascular center.
Yeah, the vascular center is right next door, and Dr. Manuel Gonzalez is, of course, the doctor there. We've had him on the show for the past couple of weeks. I think that the very important thing, though, Dr. Mencia, is that people, if they call, because this is always a problem calling doctors' offices, if there's a call and there's not someone, usually there's always someone answering, but if they're on other lines, just leave a message. And then right. Dr. Mencia, someone will get back to you because he's very strict about that. So just say, I really need your help. I mean, if you want an appointment, that's okay. But if you're really serious, do let them know that you need them right away.
And when they call, also, if they don't want to go through all the steps, because there is a code for the scheduling, there's a code for billing, there's a code. If you press 0 for the operator, then you go to a live person that will answer your call.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And you are one of the few offices open on Saturdays, although I've started to notice even the hospitals have these little, we'll talk about that for a second, the critical care, these little centers.
Medi-center.
But for years, you couldn't get any help from anybody on Saturday. And you started this, and I think people have caught up, and now some other colleagues are doing it, even if it's a little bit. They're doing, or once a month. No, once a month they're open on Saturdays. It's like,
but that doesn't work.
That's right. I have to
get sick. That's out of the month.
Right. I'm good. Just like before, that's the problem, because the weekends, that somehow people get sick on the weekends. And so Saturday is a great day, but something that you said is very important.
Yeah, I done many good things in life, and I think opening on Saturday it had been a great thing.
It's hard for you because you work very hard now. It's 6 days a week, and I know you do things on Sunday too.
7 days a week.
Yeah, I know you do, but you see enough patients, don't you, on Saturday? It was really worth
absolutely.
I mean, and are they coming in with emergencies, or are they coming in just because they work and they don't have the time?
A lot of times we're getting people that are working and they cannot, basically, it's hard for them to take off from work, and they don't want to take off from work. So they go ahead and they make their appointment on Saturday. They're so happy. People that own their own businesses and they are open Monday through Friday. So they are happy to know that the doctor is there on Saturday. It's very interesting because I had a new patient that came to see me.
I hope some of these patients are coming because they hear the radio show.
A lot of patients
Good.
hear the radio show.
Good. See your articles.
Exactly. And
and he's going to be at the expo, by the way.
We're going to be at the expo.
At the expo
Absolutely.
coming up, so make sure you say hello.
So anyway, this new patient come in and we're going through the history, and it was a simple case, easy to fix. And, we said, let's do your blood test. And I told the patient, do you want to come on a Saturday? He said, are you open on Saturday? Yes, we are. Right. Are you open on the 5th? I said, yes, we are. So I said, oh, my God. He said, I have to go back to my boss because my boss hate people to be late. He said, it's one of these orthodox boss that I have, and he hate people being late, and he hate people taking off. So I'm going to let him know about your office so he can send all his employees to you over here. And you guys can, so now that we know that there is a Saturday, they don't have to take time off. And they can be there for you.
And you can be there for all of us.
Absolutely.
And it's always wonderful seeing you. And I'm sure we'll talk during the week, but you just go there and help everybody that you can. And then we will... we'll look forward to seeing you next week, Dr. Mencia, and also at the Big Boomer Expo coming up.
Absolutely.
So thank you for coming in this morning.
A pleasure.